The Dallas Cowboys do have a lot of pieces in place to win a Super Bowl. Maybe that trade happens. Maybe a midseason trade for Aaron Rodgers to Dak Prescott happens. Straight up. Hey, you give us Aaron Rodgers, we'll give you Dak Prescott. We win your Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers then flies off into the sunset and maybe signs a one-year deal with us. I don't know. Jim Powell says, now we know how Mark Davis will F this up. Dak will be a Raider and lose like Garoppolo. Dak. So Jim thinks Tom Brady and Mr. Mark Davis is going to go after Dak Prescott in 2025. Listen, Dak Prescott to the Raiders kind of makes sense too. If the Raiders don't move up and draft a quarterback, or they get a quarterback that isn't their guy, I could see it. Wayne G says, I don't think the Raiders take a quarterback in the draft. Dak to Vegas in 2025. Uh-oh. We're getting some momentum. Dak Prescott to the Las Vegas Raiders. Uh-oh. Slow it down, baby. Casey says, if Dak hits free agents, he will either go to Minnesota or Denver. See, this is the problem with those two teams. Now, I think Dak Prescott on the Minnesota Vikings is a perfect fit. It would be amazing, right? But this year, I think the Denver Broncos and the Minnesota Vikings are both going to draft quarterbacks. Now, Wayne G is our resident draft expert over there at NFL Experts. They air every Thursday at 7 p.m. on the NFL Experts podcast over there. And Wayne, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you have Denver and Minnesota both drafting quarterbacks. Do you use, not, I was going to say waste, but use a draft pick on a quarterback this year if you're the Vikings and Denver, if you know next year you want to go after Dak Prescott? I think this year's draft will show everybody what teams are thinking, right? If a team like the Minnesota Vikings and the Denver Broncos or the Raiders do not draft a quarterback, they're probably in the sweepstakes for Dak Prescott for 2025. Now, are you banking on Jerry Jones's love for Dak Prescott falling to the wayside? Are you banking on the popularity of Dak Prescott going to the wayside for Jerry Jones? Because at the end, Dak Prescott makes the Dallas Cowboys a lot of money. We're talking about Dak Prescott here on the last week of March because of a potentially being a free agent in 2025. James says Jones traded for Lance solely for the 9 hours playbook. Oh, for the 49ers playbook. You think that is so, James? You think that Jerry Jones is trying to manipulate Trey Lance of giving the 49ers the playbook? I mean, if that were the case, wouldn't they have done that before the game? Well, no, the trade did happen before the 49ers game, didn't it? Maybe you're onto something. I don't know. Conspiracy theorist right there. 101. James got it. Caroline says Dak can go anywhere but to Denver. He can go anywhere but to Denver. But I would like to see him with a team that really hasn't done good and makes them better. So Caroline wants to see Dak go to a shitty team. Caroline wants to see Dak go to the Jets, go to the Giants, go to the Commanders, go to the Cardinals, go to a team that hasn't performed, and Dak elevates their play and gets them into the playoffs. Would that solidify Dak's greatness in the NFL? If Dak Prescott goes to, let's say, the New York Jets midseason. Let's play hypothetically here, what if, right? Wayne G's favorite word, what if? What if somehow, some way, Jerry Jones convinced Dak Prescott to take a trade to the New York Jets for Aaron Rodgers? They flip-flop spots. The Jets are just doing shitty. they're, I don't know, 2-5, 1-4 type of situation. Dak Prescott goes in there and somehow they make a run and make a playoff run. Would people then start to talk about Dak Prescott at that elite level? I mean, I think you would have to, right? In my eyes right now, it's Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, probably Matthew Stafford, and then Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott is a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. He's really, really good. Numbers don't lie. You can say, oh, he pads his stats against bad teams. Look at the stats last year. He was consistent week in and week out. He had 2 bad games. One versus the 49ers, one against the Buffalo Bills. Happened to be on primetime TV. Happened to be against good teams. It is what it is. Wayne, correct me if I'm wrong. Buck. He don't have that kind of time. Listen here, Jimmy boy. I'm always right. Wayne just has the knowledge. Wayne has the facts. I have the opinionated facts. Wayne has the facts. So if you want facts, go over to the NFL experts. Wayne G says Vikings are trading up into the top 5 pick for the quarterback. Broncos still paying Russell Wilson $42.5 million next season. They're out on Dak. There you go. No Vikings, no Broncos for Dak Prescott per Wayne G. Casey Morgan says they are out for a couple years. They traded their life for Russell Wilson. And they got beans. Yeah. Let's talk about the Denver Broncos. Is that the worst trade in NFL history?